Hello, Betty Croswick here. I know this title of how environmental activists takes a sharp turn to the right is kind of a bit sad for some people and welcome for others, because people are sharply divided on these issues that I'm going to speak about. But there is one issue we are not sharply divided on, and that issue is the forests of British Columbia. I started thinking about the forests of British Columbia in response to the demand of the Trudeau administration and the Biden administration that we stop using fossil fuels. We can only have green energy. Well, the problem with this is there is no friggin' green energy that is enough to do any help to countries who are struggling with lack of energy and even the prices of energy, which we also fall under. There just isn't enough green energy yet, but they pretend there is, and that we just have to will it into being by putting all this money into more windmills, more solar panels, more bug farms, more of everything that is no use actually to humans. The amount of energy produced by these ideas are the windmills. They were fine for Holland however many years ago they were using them, but windmills are not fossil fuels that can gear up a factory and get it going, get accommodations built, get things moving, get highways built, bridges. The only thing that can do that now is fossil fuels. And also, the only thing that can get the farming companies back on their feet and the small farmers back on their feet, the ones who are teetering are wondering if they're going to be so restricted with fertilizer and things they need for machinery, factory machinery that they can't operate anymore, is horrendous. And so in this mode of terrorizing food producers, farmers, big and small, the delivery systems, terrorizing them, which is what they're doing. Old Bill Gates out there, he's joined the International Monetary Fund. I think it was part of the original part of it, that they intend to at least half the food of the production in the world. That is my belief, because they believe that half of the world population has to go. There's too many of us plebes, we just take up space. We're useless eaters. So they have our destiny in their hands, and they're going to utilize it so that they remain the economic elites, that they remain in charge of world culture. It's not going to be any national culture anymore. There's going to be a Western world culture, at least. And they're building a little utopia for themselves that depends on depopulation. And so I know that many out there do not believe this. How could I believe that somebody with the credentials of Trudeau be so cruel, be such a shithead? Well, he is. He's right in there with Klaus Schwab, and he and Freeland. Not only is she been penetrated by Klaus Schwab, she is on the board of the International Economic Forum. So they will do anything to retain power. They will. They know it's for the good of everybody if they retain complete power, and they intend to do it with these. They're rolling out all of the mechanisms for the central bank digital currency, and it will be clamped around our necks and shoulders in the not too distant future. I think it's going to be pretty soon, because all of the elements now they are getting them in place. They're asking Canadians what we think about it. What a bunch of jerks they are. Just absolute, total criminal jerks. And, well, I'm not a profane woman. Anyway, it's amazing to me how people in Canada and in the U.S. can understand and relate to the horror that most people feel at the not just the thought, but the act of clear-cutting forests, particularly old-growth forests, but even the newer forests trying to come up, because I think every human feels when they are in old-growth forests that they are at one with the very action of evolution, and that the trees there, they breathe in the carbon mixtures that we breathe out, and by a magical way of dealing with humans, they mix it up, and then they give out this precious, sweet oxygen. And people feel that, they know that, they want that, so they feel a repulsion to the clear-cutting of old-growth forests. Well, they don't have the same, actually, a lot don't repulsion, at least the left, they don't have the same repulsion towards the idea that maybe the governments are using climate change to bring in the mechanisms to that will kill off half the world's population, because if you restrict the food supply down to half of the population, well, what's going to happen to the other half? They're going to die. So we've got a problem in our hands that the left in the States and the liberals in Canada are not actually thinking with their right side of their brain. They just think with their left side, which is, oh, we want green energy, and because we want it, it must be there. We must have green energy now. Well, you know, they're not going to get it now. And if we're going to live and grow enough food for the people of this earth, then we must use the dead energy that is underneath the ground and not leave that unused and sitting there while we buy other people's dead energy and clear cut the living forests. Now, something is wrong with this scenario. Something terrible is wrong with this scenario. More on this next time. Okay. Thank you. Bye.